know we take it easy on Friday and also get to have a chit chat with you watching us on Fridays. So it's time for the phone-in segment, and today we are going to be discussing landlords and agents. Share your experience. I have so many experiences that I would love to share. Real quick, would you have anyone?
Well, I mean, just a couple, but
Yeah.
but really, my experiences are not so much what other people's experiences have been,
Right.
you know, because I thankfully, you know, haven't had to hustle and search so much. I did for a couple of people, you know, many years ago, but I realized that the whole, so there's some Ghana experience and then there's some experiences outside Ghana.
Right.
Right. So Kenya is one of the places that I had experience. That's when I had to go and search for my own house
Right.
to rent. Right. Now, I realized that it's a different kettle of fish completely. It's almost as if it's not the same African continent, because Kenya has rules that work.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where you live. The law is rationalized in such a way that it, for me and for most Ghanaians, I'm sure it will say it favors the tenant, in the sense that you pay 1 month security and then you pay your rent.
Right.
That's
right.
it.
And your rent being, you're paying it
And your rent is
monthly?
The month.
Okay, just the month.
The month.
Okay.
This month.
Okay.
You pay for this month. At the end of the month, your money should be ready for the next month.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how we do it.
yeah.
It's a very simple thing. And that's how it was. It's done in a place like Nairobi, in Kenya, right? Now, what the Ghana experience has been that when they take you to a house, sometimes, and I don't know if you've had this one too before, sometimes the house looks different from the photos. Okay, the way you have signed, I think you have had this one before.
Hey, God. Hey, God.
They will send you photos, nice photos. You're like, okay, I want a 2-bedroom house, and I don't want, you know, this, I don't want that, I want, you know, self-contained, blah, blah, blah. Then they will take you to a house. In fact, they will send you the pictures. And your pictures start to make your heart feel excited. Oh, finally.
True,
Oh, finally.
true.
They'll say, oh, how much? And they will mention, oh, this one, the landlord is saying, you know, 2,000.
Right.
Okay. Then you go and see the place. In fact, 10 minutes before you arrive at the place, you are asking yourself that, where are we going?
True.
So you haven't reached home. You are on the way. 10 minutes before you reach, you are already asking yourself, hey,
What's happening?
what's happening? Where are we going? Are we still going? They say, Mr. Agent, but where's the house? Oh, small, it's just here. It's here. It's here. It's just here. Then you'll be going. By the time you reach the house, the spirit in you has left. Even before you get down from the vehicle, it's like, meanwhile, you're paying the agent for transportation.
That's my problem. That's my biggest problem. You know, you pay them for transportation, transport to each and every place, and then you pay them for viewing each and every place.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and that's
why?
even not part of their eventual agent's fee.
10%.
Yeah.
Which they will bug you.
Yeah.
Which if you eventually take the place, they will bug you till you pay them.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like there should be a fixed rule to these things. Like you said, in Kenya, the systems work. There should be a fixed rule to these things. And you know, also, one of my biggest problems that I have is like there will be a property, we talked about it last, and there will be a property and there will be like 10,000 agents on one property.
Yeah.
So you don't even know who to believe.
Yeah. It's true. And I think that some of the times it's not, so the land, I try to find as quickly as possible who is the actual landlord. Unfortunately, sometimes the landlords don't want to deal with individuals. Yeah. They prefer to deal with agents. But I think it's to the landlord's own disadvantage when you do that kind of thing. Right? Because, well, I don't know. I mean,
no, and I agree with you.
There are criminal agents are the same way as they are criminal tenants.
Well, that's another angle.
It's the same pool of Ghanaians. The agents and the tenants come from the same pool of Ghanaians. You see, so so for a landlord, I can see their challenge, because they assume that once you're an agent, and you have a company. At least I'm dealing with a company.
Right.
Do you get it? So in a certain sense, there's a feeling like I'm protected because I'm dealing with a company, as opposed to I'm dealing with the tenant.
Right.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of my, okay, so I think we should open the phone lines already, okay, and then you can come and you can share your experiences, all right? So do give us a call. It's 0204 447 033. Give us a call. Let us know what your experience has been. Landlords and agents, what has your experience been? And if you're also a landlord, maybe you may also want to call us and tell us how the tenants have also been treating you. You know, share with us.
Well, for me, like one of my biggest pet peeve is living in the same house with a landlord.
Yeah.
So many.
That's not cool.
So many rules.
No, that's not cool.
And they want to control you, thinking that you're a child. That's the problem. Okay, it has never happened to me before, but there was one time I was going to rent, and I saw the place, I liked it, and that was like a long time ago. And the woman was like, "Oh, you can take my back house." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. And then she looks at me and she's like, "Okay, I don't want to see anybody visiting you. You have to be home by 8. If I see one man, it has to be only that man, and then I don't want to see any other male." I'm like,
what's that all
and
about?
I'm like,
do you want your room occupied or not? What is your problem?
No. So that's the same question I asked. I was like,
it's a business.
Why?
Is it not a business?
Why? And one of my biggest, I wouldn't call it a stereotype because some of our people have cussed it. As a Nigerian, one of my biggest problem is the bad eggs makes it very hard for us to get any place we want to live in peace. Everybody looking at you like, what do you actually do? Do you have a job? You understand? If you don't have a job, I don't want to see 10,000 people, living in the house with you later on, because they're usually
but
the rent.
It happens.
Yes.
Yeah. One person rents a place and then a whole squad of people.
Yeah. So we the ones trying to make legitimate living or live right end up suffering what they have cost for us, because landlords will scrutinize you.
Yeah. But one of my most fantastic experiences was in 2017. My landlady was just amazing. I had the most beautiful experience ever. So I decided that this whole business of I'm looking for agents, then agents going to now do the run around, all those things, I'm not dealing.
Yeah.
So I decided that I was going to put the details of what I wanted on a particular platform or a couple of platforms. So I did. And thankfully,
it was the landlord
the
himself.
daughter of the landlady was on one of the platforms.
And then she saw it.
And then she reached out. Oh, it was the most beautiful experience. It was so... I was married at the time, went there, checked out the place.
And it was just perfect.
It was just ideal. It was perfect.
Yeah, I think I'm going through the same thing with my landlord presently. He's so great. He's so lovely.
God bless fantastic landlords.
He even paints the house for me yearly.
Yeah, look at that. No, but that's what you're supposed to do. You see?
And if anything gets spoiled outside, he still try to come and help me fix it and all that. All right, so we have Aminu from Sunyani on the line. Good morning, Aminu.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you too?
I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hear you. Landlords and agents, what's your experiences with them?
I think landlord, we are due to whatever. We are on course.
Okay.
Because I quite remember recently from Sunyani, my grandmother gave a tenant agreement for 1 year.
Okay, so you're a landlord?
Yeah, I'm a landlord.
Okay, let's hear from you.
So we gave this tenant a year tenure of rent. So and this tenant, she was kind of she doesn't stay in the room. She leaves the room for almost 8 months.
Okay.
Without any notice. So we went to this rent control people, and the amount that they were charging us before they can proceed the process to court and then pay a notice of because her son was due and she was supposed to come and tell us why she's not there. And her items were in the room. And there's no way you could have taken it out from the room.
Yeah.
So you have to follow the due process from court. And madam, this our system is not working. The guy charged us 1,500.
From where? From the red control?
From the red control.
Wow.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the whole term of the year was 720.
Okay, so wait. Which rent control office is this?
Sunyani.
Sunyani.
Some people are doing things.
I'm telling you, my brother, I was shocked. And I told him that the whole year of the tenure is 700 and something. You are taking 1,500 just to protect the person. Anyway, you said you should follow the due process. You shouldn't give the rent up to 6 months. And I said, there is something happening. You have to sit up because the system is not working.
Right,
so
right.
That is why landlords and the agents, they go out. No, they go out of control.
All right.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Wow. That's another angle.
Yeah.
That's another angle.
So it's fine as long as the period you paid for hasn't expired.
True.
But the period has expired, your things are still in the room, you're nowhere to be found, we can't throw your things out.
You know, they were actually very kind. They were actually very
because
very
other
kind.
landlords will just break the door.
We'll just break the door and
bundle
throw
your
it.
things somewhere. When you come and collect your things, and then, make the room available to the next person who's but yeah, I mean, but I'm also very surprised that the rent control is going to charge 1,500 to pursue the case in court. I don't know what the 1,500 was for. Was it for filing, making filing in court and all that? But that's not what it cost anyway, so I don't know what.
And when you hear stories like this, you would
Yeah.
understand why landlords don't maybe want to listen to the rent control office.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, we as tenants, we don't know what they are going through, but it's nice to hear what they are going
from
through.
their
And we're
perspective,
also quick to run to the rent control because we feel like, okay, they will listen to us more than the landlords. But it's actually very enlightening to know today that, okay, they go through this.
Yeah. All right, we have another call on the line. Fred, good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
Hi, welcome to Breakfast Daily. Where are you speaking to us from, Fred?
You said?
Where are you speaking to us from?
I'm speaking from Mataiko. I want to talk about landlord and agent.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, right, sure. Okay, actually, some time ago, I went to rent an accommodation, and I find that the price of the accommodation was so high.
Okay.
In the process, I was trying to build a house. I acquired the land and then I was built. But because it was too late for me to build, I need to go and rent a place.
Okay.
So I spoke to the landlord about my intention. And then I said, okay, I'm going to sell this land to come and rent your property.
Okay.
And he said, okay, he's interested in the land. So he wanted me to give him the land and we'll make an exchange. Because I was desperate, I went ahead to do the exchange. So he took the land, he took my 2 plots. And then he gave me the act.
So you were exchanging for how long?
For 6 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so he gave me the accommodation. Yes, came back.
Hello?
So the agent came back. And then she said she also wanted her agency.
Okay.
Then she said she wanted a land, but agency. And I said, we can look at the money value. She said, no, we wanted money. So, it became. So, I was going to divide the land into 2 and give her a half lot.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, really.
As an agent?
As an agent. And this is a country we live. I've lived in South Africa. I've lived in South Africa. I've lived in Burkina Faso.
Wow.
And I pay monthly. I pay rent monthly. But in Ghana, you need to pay about 2 years.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. So suppose you have new graduates coming out from South African University, and then maybe from the University of Ghana. They all came out with maybe 10,000 cities.
Yeah.
The one in South Africa will stop because he's going to pay about 1,000 cities for his rent and use the remaining 9,000 for his investments. And the Ghanaian graduate would put all the 10,000 into his accommodation.
Rent,
Yeah.
So we'll be poor forever.
Yeah.
The artists are not working.
All right.
So the graduates are frustrated because they have to use accommodation. To pay 1,000 cities for his.
Yeah.
But the Ghanaian graduate with 10,000 for the accommodation. So we'll be poor forever. This country is not working.
All right.
Nothing's working here.
All right. Thank you very much for the call. Thank you. Really appreciate your time. See, it's a very unfortunate thing because you see, he's mentioning two countries.
South Africa?
Burkina Faso and South Africa.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Kenya.
Yeah.
All of these countries so far, it's just a month rent.
Yeah.
Every month you pay.
No, it's,
right?
it's even the same thing in Togo.
Aha. So
Yeah.
now we have a fourth country.
Yeah.
You means that we really need to do something about Ghana. We really need to do something about it. You know, and we should stop the talk shop that we go on about, right? Because what is happening is that we've left the land space for so long that it's become almost it's not beneficial for those who are landowners to comply with a new regime of saying government should own the lands, because we also don't trust government and what's government going to do. Do you see? But if we could come up with a system where we say government owns all lands,
Right.
government compensates families for the lands it has acquired
True.
from them, and so from henceforth government owns lands,
Then it's
and then we
worth-
have
yeah,
proper equitable
yeah.
distribution. You see, so that it doesn't become this whole mishmash of nonsense that goes on,
All
right?
Okay.
Right.
So Akwesi from East Legon has just joined us. Good morning, Akwesi.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
How are you?
Great.
You're welcome to the show. I'm fine, thank you. All right. So can you share your experience with us?
Yes, so I, on the other hand, am a landlord.
You're a landlord.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone came for my facility. In the end, they tend to use it to, like a hostel, run people in. Someone comes today, another person comes tomorrow, and
Akwesi,
after a while, my
Akwesi,
place is so messed up.
Akwesi,
Toilet is blocked, truth, and everything is not working.
Akwesi.
That's been my experience. So when I found out, I said, okay, this is not good. I will end this arrangement. Then, before I could say that, he sent me to the rent control, and I'm done.
Wow. Wow.
Akwesi. Hello, can you hear us? Hello, Akwesi. So it seems we're having some challenges with this line. Hello, Akwesi.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, how big? What sort of size of house are you talking about that a person could turn it into a hostel? 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom? Hello? No, it looks like we are okay. Anyway, so yeah, but that's terrible, because then what has happened is that somebody has decided that we'll go and take a property, and then we'll also do some arrangement for subletting.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Well, yes.
But that's illegal.
That's illegal. And I actually heard a story like this. So apparently this person, but this one, the person actually had an arrangement with the landlord. And so when the landlord saw that, okay, it was working, the landlord was like, okay, go, let me do the same thing.
So the person was subletting.
Yes.
And it was working.
And the landlord said, oh, wow, you're making money.
Then I'll profit more from it. So
Move.
I'll take over.
Yeah. but I really understand what Akwesi is talking about. And like I said, that's what one of my landlords told me earlier on. That was well, some years ago when I was looking for a place and actually found a place. She, questioned me and all that. And then next thing, she said in tree, she was telling the agent, I don't want to see them bringing people up and down this place. Oh. Because the next thing you realize, they have taken so many people without letting us know. Yeah.
So people are doing this subletting business.
People do that
so
a lot.
You take a room and then you rent it to 3 people.
Yes.
So now you benefit from, okay, wait. So you take 1 room, you rent it to
2 people or 3
two
people.
other people.
Yeah.
And you sleep in there.
Sometimes they sleep there, sometimes they don't.
Yes. So you collect everybody's money.
on.
So it covers your pay.
True.
Plus extra.
Exactly. So when the rent time comes, you pay, you have extra.
All right, we have Raphael on the line. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. How's Kanishi this morning?
Kaneshi is quiet and hot.
Really? What's going on? Tell us your experience.
Oh, you could see that all the residents are in their room. But when they shout Ejilovia, you see the kind of unemployment they have.
Wow.
Unemployment.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. These landlord issues, it's becoming it's even a cancerous, because they say there's a law in this country that says that landlord should not take more than certain advance.
Yeah.
Okay. Now listen to my experience. I've rented a shop from a landlord. I pay every 2 years advance.
Okay.
My advance got expired just this June. But before June, he brought me a letter that is increasing the rent from 200 cedis to 350.
From 200 cedis to 350.
A month.
Wow. Okay.
I tried pleading him, he said no. Now the time is due for me to give him the money. Yeah, from 200 Ghana cedis a month to 350 Ghana cedis a month. I tried pleading with him. He said no. Now the time is due for me to pay the money. Now he started taking 3 years advance.
Oh.
Wow.
Now the bottom line is that if I cannot pay the money, I should leave the place. And this office was rented for 10 years. Every 2 years I pay. Every 2 years I pay. Every 2 years I pay.
Yeah.
And based on the letter for increase, you said you are increasing. You never even put that you are taking it from 2 years to 3 years. So I don't know. The system is not working.
Have you tried approaching rent control on this matter?
Matter. You take your landlord to rent control. You know who will suffer at the end of the day.
You
You.
will.
You want to take your landlord to rent control, even though you are.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that recently that a tenant in a landlord's house, the landlord's son went and stole his motorbike,
Oh.
and the guy is afraid to pursue the matter. Because when he pursue the matter, they will get it from the house.
Wow. That's
These things are
unfortunate.
sickness. You see, we are working. Maybe the salary is 3,000 or 4,000 a month, and you want to take almost 3 years advance.
Yeah.
How can you survive?
Yeah. Yeah.
How can you survive?
Yeah. You know, we.
Up in the, I keep on telling my friends, when you are driving, don't keep put money in town. Common smart. You see, everybody is so pressurized.
Yeah.
The government is talking about this thing.
All right,
You
Raphael.
see-
Yes, Raphael. Thank you very much. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank
Yeah,
you too.
it's difficult. You know what Raphael is describing. I mean, you think about it.
I think it's a national issue right now.
No, it is a national. It's been a
at
national issue for a
this
long time.
point.
You see, the thing is that it's like the difficult things, like the difficult decisions we should take to make the lives of Ghanaians
Easier.
more comfortable.
Yeah.
No, you know, government doesn't do it. Government doesn't want to do that. You know, and sometimes I wonder that what's the challenge?
Because you don't like. I feel like I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like it's. They don't feel it. They don't understand it. They have never
it's a
worn the
different
shoe.
experience for them.
Exactly. So they're just looking at you like, oh,
no,
okay.
no. You see, they've experienced it before, most likely. But see, once you are now in government and have the ability to take certain decisions to improve the lot of others, your current conditions are so soft and so sweet that it's like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm not, it doesn't worry me.
But the elite is not the majority in this country. The majority.
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
Fortunately, the political elite and those who are public service, they run things.
Wow.
And their experience is different.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right, so we have another caller. King.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Bombaria.
Okay, Bombaria.
Yes.
All right, so you're welcome to the show.
My experience with my landlord is really terrible.
Tell us.
He actually stays with me in the same house. And it's like any time I buy a new appliances into my room, then it means that my rent has to be increased. I bought a TV, my increased because of the selling. I bought a sofa chair, my rent was increased because the landlord doesn't have a sofa. And me, the tenant, I have a sofa. So it's something.
Yeah.
Really, it's really something. I can't even buy anything. If I buy something, it means I have to hide. Maybe I just have to wait when it's not around, then I bring it.
I bring it in the
But
middle
if
of the
it's
night.
around, I'm telling you. And you just cannot complain, because if you do, he will tell you that if you have ever bought a cement before, and it's like everybody in the house is just quiet. Nobody can talk about it.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's real. I mean, thank you for sharing with us, right? Thank you for sharing with us. Yeah.
And please don't live with your landlords again. If you have money, please leave the place.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yeah, it's a very dicey situation to be living in the same house.
It's
with
horrible.
your landlord. Yeah,
It's horrible. Like, I
the
heard...
disrespect.
It's too much. I heard one situation, well, she was the landlord, so I was just like buying stuff there. And she was talking about another tenant living in the house. She said she hasn't even paid this year's rent, but she's buying Voltic water for her kids. I'm like, what? I'm like,
Are you
water.
serious?
So basically, they sit and they watch everything that you buy.
Yeah. That's why you're bringing this to the house, they are monitoring. They are watching everything. I won't be surprised if people are peeking behind windows and drawing curtains as you are bringing it. When they hear the noise, and they go open the curtain and be looking to see what you are bringing into the house. Then they see washing machine. Say, hey, this person. In the evening, they will show up. We have increased rents.
I'm telling you.
All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
My name is Victor. I'm calling from Ada.
Victor, welcome to
Yes.
Breakfast Daily. So tell us, what's your experience?
It's a serious issue. When you want to rent, they said, one landlord told me, did I know the price that they are renting in Accra? If they are comparing the rent in Accra to that of Ada, and one single room, says 250 Ghana cedis.
Wow, for a single room.
One single room, 250 Ghana cedis a month. In fact, it's costing, especially you, the government workers, public workers in Accra, it's costing us so much. So much. There was a place I lived in, that was in Gota, in Akati.
Yeah.
The landlady visited court. This issue happened every night. He said, I have been hitting the floor. I've been hitting her door so that she was not able to sleep. Yeah. I also sleep in my room. She also sleeps in her room. What? I don't know. But the whole issue became like a spiritual issue.
Wow.
So she took me to talk. And then
you have been hitting the door in the night.
Spiritually.
Yes, that's what she said. I've been hitting the floor in the night, preventing her from sleeping.
Wait, but were you the only tenant in the house?
No, there are a lot of tenants there.
But you were the one that was targeted.
That's it.
I see. All right, thank you very much for talking to us, Victor. Thank you. All right, so that was Victor from Ada sharing his experience. Yeah, and thank you so much for calling and sharing your various experiences. We really appreciate it. It's a tough situation, and you know, I think that the government really needs to do something about this. You know, it's not, we elect people into office to take the hard decisions, to do the difficult work that we can't do because we are individual people among millions. But you are in leadership, elected by these millions to take decisions on our behalf. And so I think that let's stop the talk shop, you know, and the nice policies that we have on paper and start implementation. Let's start real implementation that people can feel on the ground. All the countries we've mentioned so far, everybody says 1 month rent, 1 month rent, 1 month rent. When in Ghana are we going to get to the point where we too will be enjoying the experience of 1 month rent? I mean, thankfully, my situation currently, as I speak, I pay 1 month rent.
Lucky you.
But I don't know anybody, none of my friends
No.
pay 1 month rent.
No.
Do you see?
The best I've ever gotten was 6 months.
Okay.
Every 6 months when I was in Jolu.
Yeah.
I was so lucky.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you pay 6 months? We
Yeah.
pay 2 years. I'm
yeah,
like, no.
it sounds like magic.
I was like,
isn't
no,
it?
my landlady is cool like that.
Yeah, you know, anyway. So, well, we'll keep the conversation going and just keep putting pressure on our leaders. Eventually, we'll have a breakthrough. Okay, so don't give up hope yet. Breakfast Daily also